But yeah, all in all, not gonna have a ton of time. I'm just gonna do it tomorrow. It'll be fine. It'll be just fine. Yep, there we go. But wait, not tomorrow, later today. So slightly later today. I mean, I guess I could do it before I show up. That's another option. I could do that, but the later it takes, the darker it'll get. Oh, it'll get. Well, I guess it depends on if it's rush hour or if it's slightly after rush hour. If it's slightly after rush hour and it'd be easier to drive there, then maybe I will wait. But no, because rush hour is 5 typically. So, all right, so we'll put you here, and then we'll put you there, and that'll be the perfect amount of space. Now, will I have room for all the garlic? I don't know yet. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Sounds delicious. Pretty great. Wait, but like better than the. Wait, hold on. People are saying a things. Boston cream. Wait, what? Oh God, there's so many things that have been said. Can't imagine this will take too long. I mean, the veggies in and of themselves have to roast for 25, and then I think the soup itself, once it's at a boil and everything's on the thing, I think is another like 20 minutes. So right there we've got like an hour almost, um, not including the other bits. So again, I don't know. Plus, there's the whole meat wasting time actually chopping this stuff up in the first place. So I don't know. We'll see. I feel like most of the time I assume things are going to take like no time at all, and then they always take more time than I think they're going to, like almost without fail. So go, here we go, let's go, here we go. Okay, so we got all these. All right, bell peppers have been peppered. Awesome sauce. Where am I going that I need a pack? I'm going over to Dark Roses, as I do every other weekend for the most part, with the exception of the next like 4 weekends, which I'll explain. And I'm sorry, you'll be very sad about it, but it's unavoidable. Brandon likes lamb. I don't care for it. It's not made of lamb. There's a local ice cream shop that had amazing cupcakes in a spin of bakery for a while, and I have not been able to find them the last few years. They were god level. Tres leche cupcake, Boston cream fill. Okay, so these are like fancy shit. Okay. Da, 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 amazing texture, amazing theme, like delivered across the board, interesting, delicious feeling. So, like, far beyond Sin's capabilities of any kind of. Yeah, they look like sheep. They're not made of lamb. It's not like a savory cupcake. I don't even know if such a thing is something I would even want to attempt, if it even exists. Sounds very peculiar to me. How am I supposed to not assume there's lamb in them? Because I talked about them and showed them on the last stream. That's why. All right, so here we have a head of garlic. Let me just peel all the paper off that we can, shall we? More paper than our body has room for. Yeah. Now to be clear, let me actually verify. Because I can't. This is a bulb, right? Like there's clove, there's bulbs. What is a head? Is a head like a cluster of cloves? I need to look this up before I literally demolish the soup with garlic. Let's see here. Let's ask Bing Chat. Bing Chat knows everything. What is considered a head of garlic? Question mark. Boop. And was I here? No, I had Evelyn smack my. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Brandon could have watched. Just saying. Hey, garlic is the bulb of a garlic plant covered in white paper skin is modified underground. Okay, so it is literally the whole thing. It is head is basically synonymous with bulb, as far as I can tell. All right, so let's bust these up, shall we? And put them on the thing. I feel like some of these pieces of garlic might not be the best pieces of garlic, unfortunately. So he has meetings at 2 sometimes. Well, I was streaming for longer than 2, so that works out perfectly. Like they weren't finished until like, oh, what time did I finish those things? that stream last? I'd have to double check. But it was at least an hour. At least. At the very least. If not longer. Okay, gonna have to peel all these. I presume. I'm not 1,000%. Hold on, let me see here. Okay, remove seeds and mouse, cut side down for bread along with the garlic. Peel peppers, garlic, and discard the skins. I feel like it's possible that the garlic is supposed to be not super duper peeled because it says to peel the bell peppers and garlic after they're done roasting. So what I think I might do is keep most of the papery bits on, I guess, and then peel them after. This is only going to make the time it takes to peel stuff after this is done even longer, but it's fine. Absolutely fine. Long meetings sometimes. Well, I mean, don't know why you're being so judgy. I'm not being judgy. All I'm saying is that I've never heard of a cupcake that has actual literal sheep in it. And I don't know why that would be the first thought that came to mind when I say lamb cupcake. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to judge, I'm just saying, right? So these garlic bits are shaped real tall. Real tall garlic. The tallest garlics known to man. I mean, I'll try to get as much paper off as I can, but I'm not gonna fully peel them, I guess. I'm not gonna crack their inner papers off, I guess, if that makes sense. So much garlic here, though. Oh my god. Jackers, you like garlic, right? Pork cake is real? You make things I don't know all of the time. I mean, that's true. What is pork cake? Explain to me. Explain to me what pork cake is. I must know. I am very curious, actually. Not that I'll necessarily ever make it, but if it's keto, hey, maybe I will. I doubt it will be because it has the word cake in it. Is this one bulb? Is this just one clove? It's just one clove. Okay, all right, cool. This is an enormous clove. Look at the size of this clove. Huge. Cake made with pork. Okay, yeah, that part I understood. But when you say cake, is it a dessert? Are we making a dessert? Are we literally making a dessert that has pork in it? Like, is this a baking cake? Because a baking cake I could probably get behind. I like bacon. Bacon's delicious. Oh, shit. No. 5-second rule. Ah. All right, slightly less garlic after all. All right. Oh, still got some here. Still got some here. Yeah, here's a question: is there room for all this garlic? There's not room. Oh, yes, it's a dessert, and yes, baking. Pork is substituted for fats and oils. Okay, I can kind of see how that might be something someone would come up with, but like, still a little weird. I wonder how fatty lamb is, if that was a thing that one could do with their with the lamb cupcakes, if it would actually be possible to make cupcakes with lamb. Granted, I wouldn't have done that because of the request from the hair. Specifically, it was like, I'm not a fan of lamb. Can you make something that's not actually savory? And I'm like, sure. Like, I haven't really ever cooked with lamb myself, so this actually works out well for me. Okay, more garlic, and garlic, and garlic, and garlic. There we go. Okay, all right, we've peeled the garlic. Good job. Now, what we can do in the meantime, possibly, is get the onion all prepped. Now, this recipe is like 2 onions, and I'm like, good freaking lord, why? Why 2 onions? That's a lot of onions, but we're gonna do it because it's what the recipe says to do, and it'll probably be fine. Okay, put you here, put you sure, put sure, why not? Sure, sure, here, here. Okay, so let us look at the things. Dun, 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 dun. See, this is why I'm thinking bacon. A bacon cake might be interesting. That could be pretty cool. If anybody wants to try that, you know what? I'll ask ChatGPT for a recipe. Okay. Hold on. Let's keep on. paper bits off. All right, so according to the recipe, we need to shift this over and read where did I leave it? Here it is. Okay, so preheated oven. Bell peppers are cut. Garlic is there. Roast in oven for 25 minutes until browned or blackened to your liking. Can do. And there, that's very warm. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Bam. Okay, so. All right, so we're going to need to, let's see, peel the peppers and garlic and discard the skins. Now, according to this, if I were to take the peppers once they're done and put them, let's see here, where does it say this? Dun, 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 dun. Where the it was here a second ago? Where is it? It was like, how do I peel peppers? And I'm like, that's a good question. How do you do? All right, peel peppers one of two ways. Is either A, allow peppers to cool completely, and the skins will slide off easily, which is like a thing I could do. And it says, or place peppers in a bowl while still hot and cover with plastic wrap for 3 minutes, and then peel, set peppers aside, and discard skins. So that's what I'm gonna try to do because it strikes me as faster. So that'll be nice. Okay, move you back here. All right, so, but we need to add the chopped onions to the olive oil in a large soup pot that has been heated over medium heat and saute for 2 minutes after that part is done. So let's grab our onions, shall we? Not possible with bacon. That's just crazy talk. See, you say that, and yet 2 minutes ago I would have told you that making cake with pork was crazy talk. So who's a crazy one now? I personally feel that both ideas are crazy. But if one of them's true, the other one could very well possibly also be true. Oh boy, here it goes. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut these onions up to the point where I can put them into the food processor, after which time I'm going to pulse them. Well, basically going to slice them up in the food processor. And then I'm going to rinse out the food processor because I'm also going to use the food processor during the part of the recipe where the soup gets blended. I was considering using the immersion blender, and I might actually also supplement it with the immersion blender, but just I feel overall it would probably be an easier process to go easier process to just not have to dice it up myself. Because again, if this is eventually going to just all get blended together anyway, it doesn't really matter the specific size and shape of the onions. So if I don't have to do the work myself, all the better, says me. Okay, is this onion? Are you onion? You seem like you're probably onion. I think I've gotten all the paper off of that one. No, 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 no. Besides, if bacon can be used to make chocolate chip cookies, which we all know now that it can, then I see nothing wrong with the notion of making bacon cake. Also, candied bacon and chocolate covered bacon are delicious. So just like two more examples of why it could possibly work. Maybe. You never know. I certainly don't. Now, for this pork cake, did the pork already? I imagine, if I get the feeling, it'd be hard to do if the pork was already cooked, because if the fat in the pork is the point, the stuff that you're trying to get, really, then, God, this membrane. Get away from here, membrane. Peel this part too. Get away. Oh my God. What is happening? It's all slimy. Ugh. There we go. That's better. Okay. So now we have onion. Now the question is, how much does hunger? Hunger. Your hunger will be dealt with in due time. I guarantee it. All right. So we're going to chop this in half. And then we're going to chop this in half. And we're going to shove these into the food processor. Over here. Will this fit? Maybe. Possible it fit. Oh, here come the tears. Okay, so we have a bunch of onion, most of which is chopped. More shredded than chopped, but I'm fine with that. And then we have a few little chunks that are not yet smaller, which we will have to deal with in due time. Pieces like you. Okay, so if we just go like this, hold on, I do this. I wipe off my fingies real quick, like so. Wipe off, rinse off, then get rinse. And then we go like so. And then we go. Is that better? Sort of. Barely. And I think these chunks are just not gonna happen for it. Unless they will. Hold on, maybe there's a way. Maybe where there's a will, there's a way. Go out here. Maybe if I pulse it. Maybe the hot pulsing action will get it to do where we move it to. Not really. Okay. Well, we tried. I mean, it is getting smaller. I'll say that. Every single time we maneuver this and reposition and then turn the button again, it does get smaller. Well, something is happening. Okay. Now I've just got these two little slivers. Two little slivers of nothing. Try it one more time. And then if that doesn't work. Good enough for government work. Okay, so got you. Oh man. Oh man, so much onion. So much onion, so little time. I almost want to toss in you know what I think I do? I think I do want to toss this bit in too. See what happens. Except I can't because it doesn't fit now. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, do we have enough? We do. We have an adequately sized bowl. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this. Da 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 da. I don't know, but we can watch a guy make it. Till Holland makes one from the Great Depression with a porch cake. I feel like this requires investigation, so yes, I am in favor of this idea. We should make it so. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump this in here. Quick, like so. There we go. Put it back. And put this. Let's see here. Just grab the biggest bits, right? Okay, first off, we're gonna put this in there. We're gonna grab the biggest bits. Oh my eyes! Yeah, somehow a bunch of big old chonkers made their way through, which is like the opposite of what you want when you're trying to dice things up, right? So I think that's about it. Everything else is generally pretty shredded. Sounds good to me. Sounds pretty good. Nothing there. Okay. Oh my god, eyes. Okay, it's happening. It's happening. It started. Oh, it's going. Okay. The cold water is a placebo or if it's actually a thing that helps, but feels like it's helping. So good enough for me for now. All right, so okay, I think we nope. Oh my. I don't know if I'm going to need to get another food processor soon, but I feel like the motor on this one is a little bit weaker than it once was. Well, that's less than encouraged, but you know, whatever. It's fine. Okay, so get all the onion as much as we can out of the food processor. Go, go, wipe this up. Soak up as much of the gross juice as we can. Onion juice, onion water, onion whatever. So that when we are ready to turn it into blended soup, you won't still have raw onion chilling inside of the device. That's not great. This is a cooked onion only zone. Raw onions are not allowed. We're very exclusionary over here when it comes to onions. Okay, go, go get in there. Why two? Why did it have to be two? I don't get it, man. Go, go. All right, lovely, great, good for you. Good for you, you piece of crap. Okay. Ah, eyes, please cease, cease your sadness, eyes. Okay, I think maybe that means I'm like done mise en plasing until the covers get out at least. Hold on, 1 second. Let me just da 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 da. Bye, cat. So I have to attack this. Wait, talk to this awful boss of yours? You have an awful boss? I'm sorry. Awful bosses are awful. I hope that your awful talk goes as painlessly as possible. So we're just gonna sop up a bunch of onion water there. That's wonderful. Okay, how about onion chilling inside of your what? Inside of that bowl. Inside that bowl over there. Um, yeah, okay, so now we've got, and granted, if I'd have done this by hand without using that, probably would have taken way longer. But you know what? We're not about that life, so that's what we're gonna do. Although I do need to put this back in. Go. Good, good. Good. You onion go away. Thank you. The lid back on. Got this little speck of onion. Goodbye. Now I'll just leave you open so that you can, dry slightly more. Ah, okay, so where were we? What were we doing? What to do for the next 12 minutes ish, approximately. Da, 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 da. Ask Bing. Ask it as creatively as we can. What should I do for the next 12 minutes? Question mark. There are many things you can do in the next 12 minutes. Here are some suggestions. You can read a short story or poem. You can listen to a podcast or a song. You can meditate or do some stretching exercises. Hey? You can play a game or solve a puzzle. You can write a journal entry or a gratitude list. Interesting. Any of those ideas sound interesting to you, Dark Rose? I feel like the listening to a song or podcast is going to have to not be because, again, DMCA stuff. Poems, though, I could read a poem, especially if it's not, it's public domain. Or if the AI writes it for us. That could be certainly a thing that we do. Let's see here. Meantime, I could just write the rest of my beautiful, wonderful story. What is this? Hold on. Oh, the River Diner area is open in For the Words. How nice. Am I going to participate in the special event? Who can say? How do I make this go away? Oh, there's the X. Okay, got it. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, For the Words has been very useful for me. Like, for instance, it is keeping track of how many words I write today, and I've got another 73 before I am, quote, done for the day, which literally takes no time. Like, again, like if I were to just finish it before I head out, that'd be totally fine because it doesn't take time at all. But if I want to finish the scene, like, and but thereby finish the draft, that's gonna take slightly longer. Like, it's not an overly long scene, I don't think, even though it is fairly. Like, I want it to be impactful in some ways, but I also want to, just ease the story down too. So we will see, we will see, we will see. Maybe I'll look up this pork cake. All right. Tell me all about pork cake, comma. How to make it, comma. Where it comes from, comma. Who thought it was a good idea to put pork in cake, comma. All of that stuff. Period. Confusing dog with massager. What? Messenger? You mean messenger? Okay, let's see here. Pork cake is a fruit cake containing salt pork meat that was okay, it's giving me a recipe and I need to wait for it to stop because it's scrolling way too fast. So it's a fruit cake with also pork. Can I make this with spam? Interesting. Okay, so let's see here. Salt pork meat that was a Southern American tradition. Was a Southern American tradition, as opposed to currently is. You spelled it right the first time, you sure did. The ingredients were readily available and the cake kept well, so it is no surprise that in many 19th century households it became a pantry staple, suitable for family and visitors alike. The recipe for pork cake from the 1911 Cherry City Cookbook prompted oral history librarian Sarah Stroman to embark on another OHS staff century-old recipe cooking challenge. What? Pork cake was a Christmas tradition in many families in the 1940s. Okay, all right. So 1 pound ground pork, cup boiling water, cup sugar, cup molasses, 2 eggs, 3 cups flour, teaspoon baking soda, baking powder, cinnamon, nutmeg, half teaspoon clove salt, 1 cup raisins. Okay. Preheat the oven to 325. Grease and flour 2 9-inch round cake pans. Put pork through a food chopper 2 or 3 times until pork is very finely ground. Place in a large mixing bowl. Pour boiling water over it. Mix well. Let stand until cold about 1 hour. Really? That's an interesting decision. Okay. Add sugar, and granted, this is from the AI, so the actual recipe might differ slightly. I feel like that happens every single time I do one of these. Let's see here. Add sugar, molasses, well-beaten eggs. Fold in flour sifted with soda, baking powder, and spices. Then fold in well-mixed chopped fruits. The only fruit that it has here is raisins. But anyway. Pour batter into prepared pans. Bake at 325 for about 45 minutes or until done. So do you just eat this on its own? Like, hold on. So do you just eat this on its own, or do you put some kind of frosting on it? Question mark. Do you dunk it in coffee or milk or hot chocolate or something? Question mark. Ask an AI. AI knows all the things. Couldn't find any information on whether pork cake is typically eaten with frosting or not. However, you can try it with cream cheese frosting or buttercream frosting if you like. As for dunking in coffee or milk or hot chocolate, I couldn't find any information on that either. But you can try it out and see what you like best. Oh my gosh. Do you know anything? Ooh, I'm starting to smell the peppers. We got about 6 minutes left on them. Let's take a gander inside and see what's going on there. They are uh, they are peppers. They don't really. Hold on. Let me double check what the instructions for this says. It says to until browned or blackened to your liking. At the moment, nothing appears to be either browned or blackened, but we do have another 5 minutes, so I guess we could wait and see what happens there. Why are you confusing the dog with a massager anyway? Why is that a thing you've decided to do in your time of need? 6.5% drop frames? That's unacceptable. Why? I guess maybe because it's cloudy out? Does that matter at all? Oh. Sin in the magical cakes makes sense. I mean, the cakes aren't that magical, are they? It's funny. Of course. What was I thinking? Right, here's a question. What is the optimal way to give a dog a massage? Question mark. It's a very important question. We must know the answers. How to give a dog a massage. To give your dog a massage, you can start with a few minutes of massage at a time and work your way up to longer sessions of 10 minutes or more. You can combine both, oh boy, effleurage, effleurage, and petrissage strokes for a basic full body massage at home. To avoid accidentally injuring your dog, never apply too much pressure or attempt to get at the deep tissue yourself. Do not give your dogs deep tissue massages. You heard it here first. You can begin your dog's massage at the neck and work your way down his body, slowly making progress. Make circular motion, small circular motion. Remember to keep the pressure light, no deep muscle tissue massaging. Massage your pet all around the neck, and then slowly move to his chest and shoulders. You can also introduce your dog to canine massages by starting with a simple, gentle backstroke. Starting at the back of the head, stroke up and down either side of your dog's spine using very gentle pressure. I imagine this is not what you're doing right now. Can only imagine. Here's a question. Is it all right to use personal massage devices on dogs? Question mark. Like the magic gun. I was using my massage gun. Massage gun. Anything with the word gun in it. I don't know if we should use them on dogs. Yes, you can use a massager on your dog because, like humans, they like a nice massage. However, it's important to note that these therapies are neither necessarily suitable for every dog nor a substitute for veterinarian care. No shit. Every dog, just like every person, is an individual. Some dogs are not amenable to these therapies. How about that? He liked it, but was also confused and freaked out. Poor baby. Why is my dog such a big baby? Question mark. It's a very important question. Here's the thing. All rhetorical questions should now immediately be asked through AI because they might have an actual answer for you. I think that's a standard operating practice. It's hard to say without more information. Can you tell me more about your dog's behavior? What makes you think your dog is a big baby? My dog is just weird, period. She will act all neurotic and timid and scared most of the time, period. Whenever she hears me make a stretching sound, comma, or hears the jangling of my keys, comma, or I walk downstairs into the basement where she is, comma, she barks her head off for no reason, period. But I found if I squat down to her level, comma, she kind of stops, question mark. It's really weird, period. See what you have to say about that. It sounds like your dog may be experiencing anxiety. No shit. Dog can have anxiety for many reasons, including lack of socialization, separation anxiety, and fear of loud noises or unfamiliar people. It's great that you found a way to help calm her down by squatting down to her level. Yeah, which only works once she's near me. Before that, she's just loud and wakes up witty. You might also try giving her treats. We do try to do that. Or toys to distract her from things that are making her anxious. I am the thing that makes her anxious. If her anxiety is severe or persistent, it might be a good idea to talk to your veterinarian about possible treatment options. Maybe that's what we should do. We should medicate. Yes, it is. So what I'm using right now, I'm using the Bing app because it's what gave me access to Bing Chat the fastest. I technically also can access it if I use Microsoft Edge on like my laptop, which I hate doing, but it allows me to keep the responses up for a longer period of time and have multiple tabs open at once. So that's, necessary evil, unfortunately. Oh, the smell is so good. Ooh, I don't even like peppers really, but that's a very nice toasty smell. Okay, all right, we're getting some browning actually. Oh, that one's getting really brown actually. The back seems more brown than the front. It actually seems a little. That one seems a little bit blistery. I'm going to assume that this is fine. This is probably fine. I'm going to assume it's fine. Okay, we got 15 seconds left, so that's good. But yeah, it is. You could feasibly attempt to download and try it yourself. Your lap doesn't work as your. Yes, that's great, Mom. You can like I said, you can do it on your phone. It will be fine. Okay, so let us take these out, immediately dump them into this bowl, and then wrap it with plastic wrap so that we can attempt to peel them. Nice. Whoa. There we go. That is interesting. There we go. Roasted bell peppers. Okay, so tongs would be useful here. Okay, so let's grab this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Go. 3, 4, 5, 6. Some of these definitely seem more roasted than others, but you know what? Whoop. Tried to run away. So now it didn't say anything about peeling the garlic this way, so I might just peel the garlic while this is going on. All right, so we got you there. Plastic wrap. Will this actually cover the whole thing? I think it's probably not going to. Almost. It almost covers the whole thing. Go, come on. Before time runs out. Go, you. So, and then another one. Good measure. Come on. Time is of the essence. Go. All right. That, blam, 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 blam. Okay, so now this is covered. Approximately. It said it's covered. Oh my god, come on. We go like that. Said, oh my gosh, please. All right, so we need another piece because it decided to shrink or something. No, all right. Take that. Okay, so what? 3 minutes, I think it said. Timer 3. Uh-oh, start. And then we will take the garlic and we will peel it. This is look at what's done to my pan. This does not make me super happy, but such is life. All right, so how hot is the garlic if I were to touch it? It's not super hot, so that's encouraging. Okay. It also feels like this is going to be really easy to peel, so that's also nice. Go. Garlic, garlic, garlic. Garlic, garlic, garlic. Garlic, garlic, garlic. Garlic, garlic junior. Now we just ooh, that is nicely browned. Is this? Yeah, interesting. Okay, cool. All right, well, keep on peeling all of this slowly but surely, if we can. But yeah, so presuming Brandon's still in the room and or listening, what are his thoughts on the whole call to halt AI research for like 6 months until we get like a better handle on presumably it and the state of society and the world and how it's going to impact things? Do you agree with this, Brandon man? Or do you think it is either A, a bunch of hogwash, or B, something that's just like not gonna fly? Like, it is inevitable. The march of progress is unstoppable. Go, garlic. I feel like there's more to peel, but it's a very hard and crispy bit right here. Go, here we go, there we go. Go, there we go, there we go. The Flying believes that in 6 months people are going to handle on anything. It takes the government 20 years to be able to order a projector. You think I can figure out in 6 goddamn months? Jesus. Let him speak in my book. I see. That, I suspected something along those lines. Yeah, there was somebody that I read. It's like, yeah, 6 months is not going to cut it. We need like an indefinite halt on this stuff. And I'm like, I mean, fair enough, fair point. But have you considered how, like, who, again, I'm like, I suppose it's possible that they could just put like a whole, like, make laws and whatnot and be like, okay, you are no longer allowed to do this. Um, and if we find that you're doing it, you will go to jail or something like that. Um, like if they don't do that, I don't know that I see them really like changing anything. Like, do you? I feel like that's probably not super likely. Yeah, peel, peel, peel. I'm gonna let that just continue to be hot inside the thing until this is done, because I figure, if waiting until it's cool means you can peel it easily, and having it covered for 3 minutes means you can peel it easily, then having it covered for more time while it cools means you can probably peel it even more easily. Huh? See the logic I have there? I think that makes sense. At least I think it makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Come on. Get, get, get. Yeah, since we're getting closer to the phase where this matters and is important, um, so there was a spice that was written in the blurb above the recipe card, that said to use sumac, I think something like that, pronounced or called, which is a thing that I had never really used before, and I wasn't even sure I'd ever seen before in stores. Um, so I was like, hey, how about a substitute? And I was recommended a substitute that we actually did find, which is another thing I've never used, called za'atar seasoning. And I was like, oh, cool, awesome. But then I looked down in the actual recipe card, and it's like, yeah, turmeric. And I'm like, what? What? Why? Those are two very different things. Why do you hate me, maker of this recipe? Why are you trying to sabotage my food making process? Come on, girl, get out of the thing. There we go. It's nice and soft now. Say that much. Nice soft gearlickiness. Oh, but you know what I was actually thinking? I was thinking that. Oh boy. Who the hell is going to be making the laws, right? Is that Congress that can't even figure out how to tweet or how Google or any of these other places where if they don't understand that Facebook runs off ad revenue, like they can't figure out any of it. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong there. I don't know what the solution is. All I'm saying is that I mean, even if they did the make the laws, like who's to say that anyone would follow them if they're not willing to enforce them, which is a thing that happens in society. Laws exist, but unless people are willing to enforce those laws, it doesn't really matter. Give me this garlic, please. Give me the garlic, please. Da, da, da. They could barely figure out how to use their goddamn email or whether or not DC decided to criminalize pissing in the streets. How could we trust them to deal with anything that's like this? How can we trust? Well, that's the thing. I don't know. Like, granted, see, herein lies a slight problem in the flaw in the system is that the people making the laws don't necessarily know what is the best law to pass is in this regard, or in many regards, to be honest. But like something still seems like it would be a good idea to be done. I feel like I just don't know how one would go about effectively communicating that and getting it to happen, if there is such a way to do such things. Because again, if there's like zero incentive, like people need to be incentivized to not do it if they're gonna not do it, because the alternative is to keep doing it with the potential of inventing something that is very profitable. Like that's essentially the alternative. It's like, okay, you can either A, not do this thing, which may have negative repercussions for mankind, or B, you could keep doing it instead, and then you could maybe make money. So if people don't have some reason to not do it, I feel like they're probably going to lean towards the latter more than the former. But big problem with doing anything about this, even a large majority of the engineering world doesn't understand exactly how this works, and if you don't have anyone really knowledgeable or how it's going to go through and work, how are you going to go through and create laws around it? How are we going to stay ahead of places like China who aren't going to buy? Yeah, this is another thing altogether. China is kind of does whatever they want when it comes to literally everything. So the fact that we're going to end up taking is what we're going to mess it up with our way instead of China or somewhere else like North Korea. Well, here's the thing. I don't know. Like, granted, I mean, not to disparage North Korea or anything, but like, where are they on AI research? As I'm curious about. Do they have even close to the capabilities of other people who are working on them? That is mildly terrifying. Welcome back, Kat. Welcome back to the discussion on AI and laws and the future. It's a very existential sort of what's the word I'm thinking of? The word doom is in it. But yes, this has become that conversation. Literally have people in the United States making AI generation shit out of their basement now. It's true. Yeah, it's true. Stanford just put on paper a little while ago saying that you could basically make a Chat GPT 3 now for less than $600. Oh my god. It can only mimic what exists. It cannot innovate it if it gets to the point of innovation that's scary. I think it's going to, though. That's the thing. Like, at some point, I almost see it as inevitable, right? Like, given enough time and resources, I see little reason why that could not be a thing that happens. Will it happen anytime soon or in our lifetime? That is a question that I don't have enough depth of knowledge to answer. But just from a logical progression sort of natural common sense view on the subject, it seems like that is not an impossible thing to conceive of in the future. But basically, they make our private information us the product. Have you read the actual paper on GPT that they came out with? It's 200. I have not. I only watched that video that you talked about, or the video that you showed, watched with me, that talked about it. Which, again, it made it seem like yes, this is a thing that it's trying to do. Make it so. What was it? What did it call? Power stockpiling? Is that what they called it? I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Which is like, wow, that's interesting behavior. Now they're making us unnecessary. What? Who? The AI or people making the AI? I saw a thing about Levi who's going to be uh, using AI generated models for their clothing as opposed to actual people, which I'm like, what? Why? Why is this the thing you're deciding to do? Oh, because it saves money. Oh, of course. What are they thinking? Well, the plastic once again. Oh no, plastic is fine. It just looks messed up. All right, so now we're gonna carefully attempt to peel the peppers. Peter Piper put the picked peppers. Picked peppers. Peter Piper peeled. There we go. There we go. All right, so I believe we need to add these in at different points in time. Like oddly enough, the peppers get. Oh man, oh god, they're still a little warm. They're still very warm actually. Mm. The peppers go in like almost last after like most of the other ingredients. Don't know that my fingies can do this. My fingies are currently unable to do this. My fingies are sad because it's very, very warm, you see. Very super duper warm peppers. Ouch. Nearly as bad a situation as old. What feudal setup? Hold on. Don't remember what they called it, but yeah, they were saying it was way too aggressive. Oh my gosh. To try to keep. Oh god. Distracted, not noticing what's happening. As bad situation. Brandon had to go to work, so he can no longer hear you. Okay. So this is forth. X, Y, and Z cannot have the same quality. I mean, the things are harder in a lot of ways today, I would say. I mean, things are harder, but there's a lot of things. I don't know, it's weird. Because when you think about it, the general amount of work that people have to do, like today in our lives, is not the same amount of work that people once had to do in order to survive. And yet, like, I don't know, I feel like as time goes on, like, we just gain new problems as we solve old ones. How to peel this goddamn piece of crap. I will say right now, the amount of text that is scrolling by is too rapid for me to read while I'm fingering peppers. Especially peppers that are burning my fingers. These feel very squishy though, like in a very unexpected way. Like not in a bad way, like I think this is what we wanted for them. See, like I said, once again, this is taking way longer than I thought it would. Oh my god. Oh god. Shit. Crap. I feel like I'm doing this wrong. Like I feel like I'm not doing this correct. You prefer now anyway? At least medicine and dentistry is pretty sweet right now. You know what? I agree. I think that modern conveniences are worth the drawbacks and the downsides personally. Was I supposed to do anything else with these? Was I supposed to like rinse them underwater? I feel like that's not correct. Okay, that's peeled. Oh god, it's splitting in half. Which might not be a bad thing. Should I get the peeler? Like the actual peeler? That might not be a bad idea. Hold on. Currently at 312. Oh, oh. Da, da, da. We'll talk to you about this verbally. Wait, what? You're Aussie firmed? What? What? Can see what is happening clearly. Become recently. Oh, friend, I imagine. Everyone, I don't. I despise phones and voice calls. I find them obnoxious. I avoid them whenever possible. If I could communicate 100% either in person with people or over text, I would do that. All right, so we're gonna do this the this way. Like I don't know why. I feel like it's very difficult to actually see where the peels are because they're the exact same color as the rest of the pepper, which you would think would, make sense for most fruits and vegetables, but no. These ones are a little bit unique, I guess. All right. Okay, this seems. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, this seems good enough. All right, so we got one. We got one. We got one, everybody. Go us. Go team. Go team venture. All right. Wait, what? Who see my who? What soon? Oh God. Um, no, I never take pepper skin off. I'm sure it doesn't matter how they look since they're going in soup. But again, it's not how they look. It's about the texture. So I think the texture of the skin blended with it is supposed to make it less creamy. Maybe I don't know. I'm just doing what the recipe said. I'm just trying to follow the recipe as best I can. The recipe says peel these sons of bitches, so that's what I'm doing. Cute chibi can talk about the state of the world and you can type back to me in private stuff. What? Not ready to debut yet. Someday. Here's one thing I want. See, here's the thing, and I probably would have enjoyed this a lot more if it had existed back in the day. So, so back when Squeaks used to do online role playing stuff with people, I, I mean, I have a tendency to play girl characters a lot, and you may have the opinion, as I do, that my voice does not have the most feminine sounding qualities to it. So, I would like one of those AI voice changers when playing a character and speaking in character so that I can actually, have more depth and immersion. I feel like that would be cool. But now, technology is emerging that has such things. Wait. Da, 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 da. That wasn't your point. Very well. What was your point exactly? I think I missed the point. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, some of the stuff is loose, some of it is not so loose. Da, 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 da. Working on a buffer of content, so in case your health tanks, you'll be okay. Please don't tank your health. Please don't let your health tank. I would not like that. That would be not so great. Please avoid the tanking health if at all possible. Going to change your voice a bit for privacy reasons. Interesting. Complained about it falling apart and was trying to find a way to peel it perfectly. It was less a complaint and more surprise. I was like, I did not expect you to split in half. Like ultimately, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just this may take a while though. Part of me is almost like, is it so bad to not peel it? Could it be? Could it be fine if we just leave the skins on? But no. No, we're dedicated here. I mean, granted, there's probably going to still be rogue skins eventually on the final bit just because I'm bad with eyes and finding stuff. But it'll be a lot less, right? Like if you're making mashed potatoes and you peel the potatoes, but there's a little bit of skin here and there. It's a little bit of color and texture to your mashed potatoes, right? Right? Is that no? Okay. Well, we tried. That's why the plan isn't streaming all the time. Hmm. Mostly just meant that you don't need to be so worried. Slowly but surely, everybody. Slowly but surely. Okay. Two down, like 12 to, no, 10 to go. Jesus. Okay. I almost wonder if the paring knife would do this easier. Maybe? In fact, if we were to slice this in half, like so, since it's going to be sliced anyway, and just kind of peel from the middle, would that work? Nope, that's a big negatory. Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. Oh, wait, hold on. What have we done? We've done something. Done something and it's working. Sort of, in a way. Is it because they're cooler now? Almost put the peel in with the rest of the peppers. What are you doing? What are you doing, you big dingus? Big dinglehopper? I can just imagine this taking long enough that Mad Matt shows up and starts providing color commentary about peppers and such. I feel like out of everybody on the Discord, Mad Matt's the one that finds the strangest food out in the wild. as far as things that are labeled and sold in stores. It's like, what is this and where are you getting it? What is going on here? Making them naked live and they don't want it? I mean, wait, hold on. Just like the thing said for it to be cooled down.